Okay, I haven't fired this up in a bit. I'm about to go into full production. All running off of solar. So this is what I'm going to start mass producing again. This is a metal scribe. This is my own designs. And this is a metal punch. I've sold a lot of these. Not a lot, but I probably sold $200, $300, $400, maybe $500 worth. I didn't try. I was working steady. And when I got out here, I built another shop. I'll show you a picture of that. Look at this cute little thing. Made in Germany. I haven't actually ever got it running, but it's still looking smooth. A little chuck. There's the cutting tool. The what do you call that again? Tailstock. Got the lock for the tailstock. So the motor was bad. I'll put another motor on it. This would be for some small stuff, obviously, almost like hobby stuff. But it's a good, well, it's a fancy little lathe. It's got the little mount here. So years ago, I stumbled onto this material. I won't say what it is yet. It's irrelevant really, but it is made for punches. I didn't realize it at the time. So I started making punches, and I was amazed how well they worked. Well, as you can see, some of the guys gave me theirs back so I could have them as demonstrations. This is one that was, I don't know how many years this thing was used. You can grind it. Look, it's chipped. They don't chip very easily, but you can grind them on a grinder or a sander. Just don't get them too hot. These are some of the older ones. Now check this out. I'll get a new one. This is, here they are packaged up, ready for sale. I've sold these. I'm going to start selling the stock that I have, 2 for $15. These are American made, beautifully handcrafted. The set's for $15. I'll come up with a price for singles if somebody wants them. Now, always wear safety glasses. This is solid 3/4 plate, 1 inch probably. Watch this peel the metal. It just peels the metal. Doesn't do anything to it. I mean, those are burrs that'll... I think you get the point. So that was a punch. And this one's a scribe. In fact, they work so well. This is glass here. You can actually write on glass. I mean, it's not, I didn't make them for that. I'm just showing you that it will do it. Might need to be a hurt, man. It's real sharp, so it does. But like I said, I didn't really make it for glass. I'm just letting you know that it will do that. The small one can be used for a punch. I just don't recommend, you know, going overboard with the little one. It was actually made for a scribe. But I use the small one for punches now and then, for small little marking metal. Obviously this is for metal fabricators. So I have all the packaging still. I have enough to package up probably, I don't know how many, because I bought it in bulk. 2 boxes of these tubes and all the end caps. They're still all fine in my shed. I could probably pack up 5,000 of these, a good couple thousand. So I'm going to go into full production. So it's nice out here now. It's only 102 degrees. Yeah, and they've adjusted the weather. It's going to be 115 on Sunday. Can you believe that? 128 out in Death Valley here in a few days, and a low of 111 at night. So I don't think I want to go camping out there. So some of the different toolings I have, all the lead tool, cut off tools, multiple cut off tools. There's another one here, a knurler that puts knurls. I'd have to show you one. I don't have one. more tooling. Got all the tooling I need to get this project going again. And I have more tips of these this metal for the punches. I have some of that in stock. So like I said, I could probably let these go for $15 a set to start with, and then I'll have to find out what the new pricing is of the materials before I can, you know, once I run out of this stock, then I have to start buying all new materials. So there's 35 punches, 35 of these in this box, brand new, packaged up like this. I got 9 or 10 more in there. I'm not sure how many. I think this box, these held like 58 in a box, so there's probably 50 in here. So I got about a similar amount. I probably got 50 sets easy. And then I got all this. Polish these up. I think I might have to put a larger tip, which the bigger would be better anyway. So, well, what happened? What I started out. Yeah, let me show you this. Way back, at first I was using a glue, the super strong glue, but it became obvious that the glue just wasn't. I mean, it held up pretty good, and that's the way I made all the first ones. And then after I realized it didn't hold up that good, I started putting these set screws, but that wasn't real practical either. It's more work, and it can still come loose. So then the final product was pressing them in, drilling it 5 thousandths under or whatever, I can't remember exactly, and I press all these in now so they don't come loose at all. And that's the final product as I got it going now. Here's my polishing machine. I have a stand for it also. So what my plan is, I'm going to concrete this in. I'm going to get to that sand bed because that sand bed is going to be heating my new shop that's going to be right there, plus a little room maybe to sleep in, and I'll just work, you know, through the night 24 hours a day. Anyways, for right now, I've already got it figured out. I'm going to go to 5 feet over here from there, that slab. I'll split it here, and I'm going to come across at least over to here somewhere. Now I planned on concreting all this anyway, but this is just going to be a temporary, and I'll get some corrugated metal with this next check up into here, coming off the fence line, just to protect the lathe and my toolboxes. I'm going to get all those tools in here so they're a little bit more secure. And believe me, I have cameras everywhere. I blocked off the back road also because we've had some characters coming through here lately. It happens now and then, and they're trying to scope me out. I know it. I get it. So I pulled my car over here temporarily until I get some fencing gating off this road. This road isn't the road. I made this road, and some folks started continuing going down through here. But actually, if you want to come down this road to get to your property, this is the road. So good luck. You can get through here with a 4-wheel drive. I did it with my old 71. But it was easier, and then this thing floods out, so the wash, whatever that is, right over here, this thing comes through like a freaking river when the rains hit hard. And this becomes just a small creek. So it's not a practical road. But this is my road now. This is the shoulder actually, so my property line probably comes out to here anyway. Although we do need to leave an easement, but the sheriffs can come through, they can get around no problem, and I don't have no problem with no sheriffs. 1-ton press, rolling machine, my industrial awesome military desk. I don't know how old this thing is. It's definitely an antique. I'll clean it all up. It's going in the shop too. Bandsaw. I use this thing I've had this thing about 30 years. Harbor Freight. I switched the blade out to a metal cutting blade. As long as you just cut aluminum, wood, brass, copper, can't cut any steel because it goes too fast. This blade, I think, has lasted me 20 years. I don't know how many years, at least 10. I made the mistake of investing in this. I put $5 grand into those doors, all the metal for the doors, all the corrugated metal I paid for, all the steel beams inside, all the electrical, all the lighting, most of the concrete. I did all the concrete myself. Well, I got a little help, but I knew how to do it. I made all those punches and scribes on this baby. Thank God she's still hanging in there, out in this terrible weather. It's been treated like hell, and this is going to change. Of course, that's what that other shop was supposed to be. And I did have it in that shop for a while. But then as everything was just not coalescing very well, one way to put it, it was sad. So I pulled this lathe out because I couldn't get enough power over there. I was running off of his power system, and it just wasn't working out. It was a bad investment, bad idea. Oh well, I can store stuff over there if I want to. So it's windy again. I'll try to talk loud. This is just some of my tooling for my lathe. So I'm all geared up. I have everything I need. I have a 4-jaw chuck in my shed. I don't know how many tools I have for that lathe. I've lost track. But this is the majority of the small tooling. So that shop I was showing you, the crash of 2010, I had a home in a small town outside of this property, and I knew I was going to lose it. The jobs were going south, so I started buying solar equipment, and I had an account over at well, I didn't have an account, but I was buying tools from Harbor Freight, stocking up. You know, those are cheaper tools, but I was buying some tools there, tools everywhere, for setting up a metal shop out here. I figured I'd just set up a shop out here. Then I put $5 grand in that shop I just showed the picture of. At least I don't even know, I lost track. I don't know how much money I put into that place. And all the labor, of course. And then there was a falling out. As soon as the shop was done, the other partner on this property decided it doesn't need to be a shop, it just needs to be a shed. Now it's a birdhouse. It's full of garbage, dirt, and it's just a sad mess. Although I'm going to clean it up, and it's not going to stay like that. This place is going to get sold eventually. But for now, I'm going to capitalize on this place, and I'm going to make some money. I'm just changing gears. I'm not going to let things get to me like I do sometimes. So, like I said, I'll be selling these sets for 15 bucks a piece. That'll be my price now. I don't know what they'll go for later, because I don't know what the materials are now. So I have enough materials to make a few more. So I also made this size. This is kind of an experimental size. It's not an experiment, really. It's a good tool. This can be used for, these will break concrete. It just can be used for multiple different uses. Now I can also make flat-ended ones for regular drive punches. A gentleman wanted me to make a full set of drive punches at one time, and things were crashing. I just didn't get the company going. But I'm going to do it now. There's nothing going to stop me. Well, hopefully, God be on my side. So this is a really handy one here. She's got some weight to it. This is all solid metal, solid brass. Now brass, they say, Proposition 65, a sticker or something to go on these cases to mention Proposition 65. It's a California thing. It's because of the the brass has got lead in it. It's a small amount. People have been using brass for 1,000 years. So I don't worry about it, obviously, and I don't know anybody else that does. Grinder. It's a busted welder, but I have another one. I'll be using it. Small sander, large sander, stand for the polishing machine. Multiple vices. I have more than this. I don't know how many more vices. 3 drill presses. This is all getting organized ASAP. Tools for days. So I don't know how exactly I'm going to go about selling these yet and getting them out. I'll get that worked out in the next, couple weeks or something. True. I don't really want to use eBay yet, although I may, because I just haven't used eBay, and I'm far out, so about 35 miles to the post office. So it's I would have to be a delay on shipping. I wouldn't want to run to town just to ship one punch, so it wouldn't be practical. But I'll figure all that out. I'll let you guys know. If nothing else, I'll just put my P.O. box number up on a video, and if I have to put my name, or I'll figure out some way to do it without maybe revealing who I am as of yet. I mean, it doesn't matter to me, but it's kind of, you kind of got to watch it on YouTube, on the internet. But I do have quite a bit of, I've been running a lathe in the mill for years. So I was a machinist by trade. Well, first I was a fabricator, metal fabricator for years. And then I got into the lathe, and I ran the lathe and the mill. Let me see, was it the mill and the lathe? I started out with the lathe though. Actually, I started with a lathe at a generator alternator repair shop. And the guy showed me how to use the lathe and clean up the armatures and all that kind of stuff. So I started learning the lathe, how to use the lathe there, the safety technique, tips and all that. So because of that little bit of training I got there, I was able to get another job at a metal shop, because the guy that was running the lathe and the mill passed away, and they needed somebody. It was Las Vegas, freaking crazy. Back in the day, I mean, you worked 10, 12 hours a day. That was like a regular day. So I got on the lathe and the mill, and I liked it. Worked out good. I was able to get the jobs done they needed, and that was it. I was on my way. Ran the machines for, I don't know how long, 10, 15 years. And then I became a foreman, and that wasn't as fun. I'd rather just run the machines. So I was a foreman for 15 years. Now, I'm going to be a metal shop owner. And this should have happened years ago. But it's been a little rough. The crash hit. I didn't have as you can see, I don't even have the shop yet, but that's going to change instantly. Well, as I get the money flowing. YouTube's okay, and it can be good. I'm not pulling it off real well yet. Of course, I'm jumping around a little bit on subjects and not getting some of these projects done as quick as people would like to see, and on it goes. But I'll get that sand battery done no matter what, because I want one, and I know it'll work. I don't know how well it'll work, but I'm sure it'll work. And I have more ideas on that I'll be showing you guys. I'm thinking to incorporate a wood burning stove into it, like a rocket stove also.